Just a wider question. Sir Jim Ratcliffe's language has been criticised by the Prime Minister on immigration, but Nigel Farage says that Labour is ignoring the fact that the UK has undergone unprecedented immigration in recent years. Is the government ignoring the issue?
Well, I think of Manchester United. It's a multicultural club with multicultural supporters. And I think of many people, like my parents, who arrive in this country to contribute, and there is still a place for those people. So the Prime Minister is right. A lot of people will have found that language offensive, wrong. He should apologise.
What would you say to people who have concerns about immigration? Is that wrong?
Well, of course, when you look at small boats and people coming into our country through irregular migration, we've done a lot to continue to bear down on that problem, dealing with the French, investing in returns of people who have no right to be in this country, and I did a lot while I was Foreign Secretary, sanctioning those who exploit people and run those gangs to exploit people, to make that terrible, terrible journey across the channel. So there's lots that we need to do on irregular migration, but let's be clear. We all recognise that there are people with talent who can make a contribution in a regular way to this country, and we continue to support those people and their families, and Britain has always been a tolerant country and a place for those particular individuals.
I think it's deeply, deeply unhelpful for that reason that I've mentioned, that it kind of paints, put it this way, it paints with too broad a brush. And at the end of this is a human person. And we must shine the light on the dignity of that person. I think that's something that the gospel brings, that the church brings into the world, is shining that light on the dignity of every man, every woman.
Investment in Grangemouth is to support jobs in Grangemouth and support vital industries in Scotland and in the UK. But what Jim Ratcliffe said was unacceptable. It was disgusting, frankly, and he should apologise for his remarks. But I'm not going to let what Jim Ratcliffe has said determine the future of jobs in Scotland. It is really important that we invest in our industrial base in Scotland and right across the UK. Look, Jim Ratcliffe can speak for himself, but the comments that he made yesterday were unacceptable. Our country benefits hugely from its diversity. We see that in our businesses, we see that in our universities, we see that in our cultural life, and we are richer because of the diversity of our country. So I would urge him to apologise for his offensive remarks, which have upset a lot of people, and just frankly do not represent I think the views in modern Britain today.
And finally, what do you make of Sir Jim Ratcliffe's comments?
Well, I wouldn't use that term colonised. I think it's pejorative and suggests there's some kind of huge negativity around the motivations of those people that come here, and I don't think that's the case across the piece. But he is referencing something that is of great concern to millions of people up and down the country, that migration has been too high for too long. When we were in government, we were doing something about that at the tail end of the Conservative government. We've seen those figures coming down as a consequence of our action. But, you know, we do need to be very aware of the impact that migration has, particularly illegal migration, which the government is showing no signs of being able to control.